Tonight we're going to be talking about the philosophy of asset protection. And the deal is that most of us walk around every day with a target on our back. And the target is basically saying, guess what, everyone? I have assets, I have a house, I've got a building, I have money. You should come and try to take these from me. That's what happens when we own assets. And everybody who has these type of assets or any type of assets of value is basically a walking billboard to invite others to come and take it. Our job is to make sure that either those assets, number one, are untouchable, or number two, the target's not on our back at all. This reminds me of the Kuwait War. If you'll remember, back when the Kuwait War was going on and Baghdad was trying to steal the gas from the Kuwaitians, we as an American army decided we're going to go and stop them from doing this. And so we get over there and the American army is moving towards Baghdad to stop this process. The problem is that as we're moving towards Baghdad, they start putting up barriers that kept us from getting where we wanted to go. So we were walking along and all of a sudden there's this great big barrier of a great big berm of sand. And we get past that and then we get to a berm of sand with snipers behind it. And right behind that we get to this berm of sand that has tanks behind it. And the next one is a berm of sand where they light everything on fire. And they just kept putting up these roadblocks until we, the American army, stopped right in the middle before we ever got to Baghdad. It was too much trouble to get to Baghdad. Estate planning and asset protection planning is the same way. We want to set up roadblocks for creditors and others who are trying to come after our assets legally, that we want to be able to make sure they cannot get to the assets that they're coming after. So we might set up the first berm, our first berm of sand is going to be a homestead perhaps that will protect the equity in our home. The next berm of sand, perhaps it's going to be our insurance, our car insurance or our home insurance, maybe even business insurance. We might have an umbrella policy. We might decide to add to it a corporation and maybe a limited partnership or an LLC, but we keep adding these difficulties so that our creditors and the tax man and the others who want our things are unable to get to their final destiny, and that is to come and get our assets. So what we're going to be showing you is how to implement this plan, what type of things you're going to need to use in order to make it so that your assets are either untouchable or they're somewhere where they are not seen as yours anymore. And we're going to do this in legal ways, and you be able to help you to, as we build on this, to understand how to work with multiple entities or multiple options on how to be able to get these benefits. So come on and watch the next session, and you'll be able to, we'll start showing you what it is that we need to do.